More breaking news updates coming out regarding disease X. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I let you know that chief experts of the UK and WHO were warning that the next pandemic was already on the way and that this is going to be disease X that could kill up to 50 million people. Health experts, they had claimed that the next pandemic could easily dwarf that of the death toll of COVID-19 as scientists prepare for disease X. Now, all of these articles are going to be linked in the description below, and this comes amid concerns of what's happening right now in India, as there are actually lockdowns taking place due to the Nipah virus amid an outbreak. Now, they're saying they have it under control, but here is the big concern with this particular virus, and that is that the virus has a fatality rate between 40 to 75%, according to the CDC. Over half of the people that contract this virus, they do not make it. Well, we just had some more updates this past week on disease X. I'm going to be sharing with you, and I want to get you the latest information on this because I know a lot of people are concerned about what's going to be coming with this next pandemic. And it says, do I need to be worried about disease X? Experts are saying yes. I'm going to give you all the details about what's coming out. Here's what experts say about the threat posed of this unknown future pandemic. And they're saying that it is not a matter of if it's coming, it's when. And they're saying that it's looking like it's going to be sooner rather than later. And if it does come right now, and there is an outbreak that cannot be contained, they are warning we are not ready. Now, I'm going to be linking all of these articles, as I mentioned, in the description so you can see the latest. I think that knowledge is power. So being able to share the latest coming out will just prepare people, allow us to understand what's taking place. And I know that this is not the news that anybody wants to hear, but do me a favor, if you appreciate the knowledge being passed in this video, smash the like button for me. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe. And also, we are live right now. Let me check. We've got about 292 people on live with me. If you guys can hear me okay, please let me know in the comments that you can hear me and that this is I'm transmitting the information okay. Let me see here. Somebody's saying no more shots, no more shutdowns. People are saying yes, they can hear me okay. Excellent. All right, great. And do me a favor, 314 people on. We've got 76 likes. If you appreciate the news coming out, the breaking news, the latest updates on disease X, smash the like button. If we can get that up over 150, over half the people in the room, if you appreciate the updates, could hit that like button for me. I would appreciate it. So let me give you the latest updates coming out on this that I must confess, I find this a little bit concerning. I feel like we really need to do our best to get ahead of this. We've already gone through so much over the course of the past 3 years. So many people have lost loved ones. There's been so many lockdowns, shutdowns, economic catastrophe. People on fixed incomes for Social Security are hurting, not able to keep up with inflation. There's so many ramifications. We really need to make sure that we get ahead of this and we do not have this out of control, especially with like the Nipah virus, the death toll that they're talking about over half of people in good health do not make it. We need to make sure that things like this are contained. So this just coming out in the past couple days. This is from Yahoo, and experts are giving more updates about disease X because this is getting a lot of attention right now in the news. A lot of people are concerned about the disease X warnings that are coming out. And it says the ominously named disease X is not an actual disease quite yet. So as I share with you in my other video, I'll link the description for you. What they have done is they've taken the 10 most deadliest viruses, and they're saying mutations are unfolding, and they're trying to contain these particular diseases from outbreaks that could be global pandemics, kind of like what we saw with COVID-19. But they're saying they believe the next one that is coming, that is mutating right now, is going to be even more deadly. It's gaining attention online as experts look beyond COVID-19 to the future public health. Now, here's exactly what's happening. Disease X is the term that was created years ago by the World Health Organization, or WHO, when they started including it on its list as priority diseases back in 2017, alongside familiar diseases like the Zika and Ebola viruses. Now, it's used as a placeholder for the new, yet to be discovered threats, with WHO writing that disease X represents the knowledge that a serious international epidemic could be caused by a pathogen currently unknown to cause human disease. So they're saying it's something that could exist that could morph into something more deadly and more transmissible. COVID-19, caused by the then new SARS-CoV-2 virus, was an example of disease X when it first emerged at the end of 2019. But like we mentioned, with viruses like the Nipah virus in India, there was major concern, and that just happened about a month ago, and they had major lockdowns to contain it in that area. And they said, do not worry, we have it contained. But A lot of people are worried because what if it is not contained? And also, listen to this. Do I need to worry? It is definitely something to worry about, experts say. So, what can we do? We need to make sure that we get ahead of this because experts are saying that we need to be very concerned. And it is not a matter of if we're going to have another pandemic, it's a matter of when, says Pablo Penalosa McMasters, an assistant professor of microbiology and immunology at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. He tells Yahoo Life of the threats that are currently posed by undiscovered pathogens and future pandemic outbreaks. There are more than 100-year gaps between COVID-19 pandemic and the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. But experts say it is likely that it won't be that long between pandemics in the future for a number of reasons. Now, I'm going to share with you the list of reasons, but I mentioned this to you in my video that I just had a couple weeks ago, and that was this was what they said, maybe a once in a generational pandemic. We had the 1918 Spanish flu, then we had the 2020 or 2019 COVID pandemic, and now they're saying that, this could likely happen again, and they're saying very soon in the next couple years. But a lot of people are saying we just had a once in roughly 100-year pandemic. It might be another 100 years, but experts right now are warning no. The way that they're seeing that these mutations take place, that they believe this is coming much sooner. Do me a favor, let me put a 1 if you're concerned that this could be coming sooner. Put a 2 if you believe no, this probably is going to be coming down the road in another 100 years. In our lifetime, we likely will not see another global pandemic. Love to hear your thoughts. 1 if you think it's coming sooner, 2 if you think it's long gone. So here are the reasons why they're concerned and they believe that this is going to be coming sooner. So let me know if this changes your mind. Number 1 is population growth. A larger and denser global population gives pathogens more susceptible hosts and more opportunities to jump from person to person. Wow, that's a really great point. They're saying because we have such a great dense population on the planet, unlike we did back in the 1918s, now we've got 8 billion people almost. They're saying there's just so many people, we can pass it around so much faster. It'll move so quickly, like we saw with COVID-19. More travel, another great point. People are traveling farther and with more ease than ever before, which facilitates the spread of the disease. And they're saying that typically whatever we see outbreak in Europe, for example, about a month or 2 later, we begin to experience the exact same thing in the United States. Typically, for whatever reason, diseases and things will hit there sooner, and then it spreads, and there's almost no way to stop it with the way that we have international travel. Global warming, climate change is worsening the spread of the severity of infectious diseases and could also lead to a reemergence of ancient viruses as permafrost melt. Wow, that is very fascinating. They're saying that there are diseases that could be frozen, that could be reemerged pathogens and bacteria and viruses, and the global warming could be sparking further spread of these. So they're saying that they're believing that the time will condense for these massive global pandemics, and the next one could be even faster on the way. Also, deforestation and encroachment on wildlife. By destroying and invading animals' natural habitats, we're blurring the boundaries between humans and animals, giving viruses and other pathogens and previously only infected animals more opportunities to jump to human hosts. And that's exactly what we saw with COVID-19. As you guys know, a lot of them said that this was from bats. And we have some that come from pigs. We have some that come from birds, bird flu, and they are transmissible from animals to humans. And they're saying that as we begin to expand and we encroach upon animal habitats, diseases that animals might have then could easily get crossed over and passed over to humans. And we could begin to get and contract and spread more of these animal diseases amongst ourselves. Very interesting. So they're making the statement that these are some of the factors that are going to be likely causing the next global pandemic to come much sooner than we anticipate. We've learned the hard way that COVID-19 and ramifications of not being prepared, says Wafula El Salvador, doctor of epidemiology, professor at Columbia's Mailman School of Public Health and lead of New York City's Pandemic Response Institute. He told Yahoo Life, so I think it behooves us to anticipate and prepare for a potential next pandemic that may come down the line. Now, what can we do about this at this current time? There are several major steps that we can take to prepare for the disease X that is coming. Invest in science. Experts emphasize the need for more investment in science and research now before the next pandemic hits. What enables us to produce vaccines so rapidly for COVID-19 was that there had been work on technologies ongoing for years and years. So they're saying we need to start pouring more money into potential vaccines, medications to help combat this. We need to start now before this actually hits. Do more surveillance and sequencing of viruses. So they suggest putting into place systems to do better in terms of surveillance of these diseases and shutting them down before they potentially could spread and we have a global pandemic. Increasing public awareness and education. Confusing messages and poor communication of information was a problem, especially at the beginning of COVID-19's pandemic. They're saying that we need to keep the public informed about the science and public health threats is a good way to prepare for the next pandemic at a community level. Build more equitable healthcare systems. Equity was also an ongoing problem during COVID-19, with the most vulnerable, and particularly communities of color, having a harder time accessing tests, vaccines, and treatments. The lessons learned from COVID-19 is that we have a better streamlined health delivery system rather than currently the siloed delivery with health services, they said. So the main takeaways they're saying is that despite high death tolls and hospitalizations, we actually got really lucky with COVID-19. Wow. They're saying that with what unfolded, it could have been significantly worse. Even though it was a tragedy in some aspects, there was a lot of background information that can be used, they said. There's no guarantee that disease X will be as familiar next time around. So they're saying it could be a mutation that we're not even prepared for. But while we may have more knowledge and experience under our belts since the COVID-19 pandemic, anti-science movements and a growing vaccine hesitancy are obstacles that the public health officials will have to tackle as we prepare for future diseases. I wish I could say that we are prepared, but I don't think that we are, and that we have a long ways to go, says El Salvador. I think that we've learned a lot of lessons from COVID-19, but unfortunately, often people forget, or they want to put it behind them, or there's this sense of this can't happen again in the near future. There's a complacency that sets in, and that's the worst thing that you can do in terms of trying to be prepared, he said. Wow, let me know your thoughts. This just coming out, as I mentioned, in the past week. I think this article was released 4 days ago. They made these statements. As disease X has been spreading in the news, it's trending everywhere. Everyone's concerned about this next pandemic because experts just recently in Europe and WHO are saying this is coming and it might already be here. And they believe they might have contained a potential massive global spread in India. And now they're saying they're concerned because they believe we are not ready to get ahead of this. And for the several reasons that we listed, they believe that this is likely going to be coming here faster than most people are anticipating. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I think that this is very, very just shocking and interesting. And like I said, this is getting a lot of attention right now. Right now, it is trending everywhere. People are very concerned about disease X. Now, as more information comes out on this, I'll be sure to let you guys know. We got 422 people on right now. And I know this is not the information that you want to hear, but if you appreciate the updates, do me a favor, smash the like button. We've got 220, so about half the room. Can we get that up to 300? If you haven't smashed the like button and you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything, if you could do so, I would appreciate it. And also, again, if you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on all for the notifications. And as news comes out, I'll make sure that you guys are up to date on everything. You know what's taking place. I think that one of the biggest things is that if we have the knowledge and information of what's taking place, that can help us prepare, that can overcome some of the fear as we begin to know in advance what's going on. And we can spread the word and share this with other people as well, so that way nobody is caught off guard. Let's see if there's anything, any comments here that I can help with. Somebody saying, thank you. I give up. This world is crazy, says K&A Vlogs. Listen, K&A, I will go ahead and make sure that I just keep you guys up with everything, okay? The world is crazy. You are right. But we've got each other, and we will keep each other up to date and let you know what's going on, so that way nobody's caught off guard by any of this stuff. Because, I mean, can you imagine if suddenly they announce there's another pandemic taking place and there's more shutdowns and you're like, what is going on? Just like the other day with those big U.S. alert warnings that were taking place, overtaking all of the electronics. Just want to make sure that everybody is up to date on everything, so that way they don't get caught up or miss out on anything. And people are concerned about, I see, about the medications coming out. And that is another thing as well. They're saying that they want to go ahead and try to get ahead of this. But my question to you is, how can you get ahead of it if you don't know from which disease it's coming? And they're saying there's massive mutations taking place. Let me know your thoughts. Put a 1 if you would take medications that they would provide. Put a 2 if you are suspect of them, because yeah, I know I've heard a lot about it, and there's things that we can and cannot say on YouTube. Just I don't want to say anything that would jeopardize anything, if you guys can understand what I'm suggesting. But I know that right now it's a big concern of a lot of people, and I just pray that we can go ahead and hopefully not have to go down that road. But if we do, there's going to have to be a lot of people that are going to have to make decisions about what they do and do not want to do regarding combating some of these potential pandemic. You guys know what I'm saying. There's certain words and certain things that I do not want to say on platforms. Yes, let's see here. With it still mutating in new variants and others, would be disastrous. Yes, it would be disastrous. Are they trying to separate us, turn us against each other? Trisha, it is a very divisive topic. Yes, it can be very much so seen as that way, Trisha. I agree with you 100%. It's just it's really hard. And like I said, I don't want to get into too many details that could compromise my platform, but I do think that it is a concern, and it is something that we need to take into consideration. And I feel like we all have to make the decision for ourselves and our family when things like that come out. So yeah, but they're saying that this is something that is a concern, and it is very concerning to hear that experts right now, like I said, this is just in the last week. This is not old news. The diseasex warnings that have been coming out in the past month. And then a lot of people are getting concerned, searching what is going on with this diseasex. And then just in the past week, experts coming out and saying, listen, if this does come to fruition, and we believe that it is, we believe it's actually already here and mutating, and we're trying to stay on top of things, we're not ready. We are not ready. And so experts are sounding the alarms right now that they don't think it's going to be another 100 years before we have another global pandemic that is much deadlier than COVID-19. They're saying it is just down the road, that the people that saw COVID-19, they will see another global pandemic. And as I mentioned to you, the warnings is that they believe that the fatality rate, how many people will not make it with this next one, is going to be significantly higher. They believe it'll be similar, if not go beyond, that of the Spanish flu of 1918 that killed 50 million people. So we will see. But like I said, whatever comes out on this, I will make sure that I keep you guys up to date, so that way you know exactly what's taking place, because this is not what anybody wants to hear. This is very concerning. But again, as long as we're getting the information, I'm able to transmit it to you guys, so that way you know what's taking place. You're able to prepare and be aware of what's going on. So this way, anybody that's watching this right now, we've got almost 500 people on live with me. You know the term diseasex. When they start mentioning this, I cover what it is, the details, and all these things. You know exactly what's taking place. You are not caught off guard by what is going on with this thing here. So yeah, and do me a favor, you guys. I just need 3 more likes to get 300. I appreciate it. We've got about 500 people on. I'm just getting you the latest that has come out in the past week from experts regarding the next global pandemic, and they're saying there is concern from them about what's coming out here. There we go, 300. Thank you guys so much. And Nit says, thank you for the updates. Much appreciated. You are very welcome. Why don't experts encourage people and improve their health, says Susan Fit. You know, Susan, yeah, I agree. Like, we should also try to encourage people to stay up on their health. I think the big concern, though, is that they're saying that some of the things that are taking place right now, like the Nipah virus in India, doesn't matter your health. About 50% of the people that contract what is being contained right now in India, people just do not make it. They're not making it from this. And they're saying we actually got lucky with the mutation that spread in COVID-19, because some of the things that they're concerned about are significantly more dangerous than what we experienced with COVID-19. You know, with COVID-19, a lot of them, you know, there were some people that they had health issues. They were a little bit more elderly. There were different things that kind of sparked people to not be able to make it. They're saying some of these other ones they're looking at, they're a lot more concerned. So yeah, it's just very, very discouraging and sad. But I want to make sure that I'll keep you guys up to date on this stuff, so that way, and hopefully we won't have to go down this road, and we can keep people informed and updated, and we can get ahead of this. Um, let's see here. Fury Plants and Coins says, Susan Fit, some people were saying that, but nobody listened to them, or they were being, yep, Fury Plants and Coins is exactly why I am very careful about what I'm saying. And I hope that you guys get the gist of the things that I say, because I hope that I just want to transmit things in a way that is okay, and that at the same time I can keep my voice, so to speak. I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Let's see here. Some people saying that they will not take any medications that come out. Terry says, Steve, you are the man for letting us know. Thank you. You are very welcome. Gabriella says, looking to putting the right words up. I couldn't think of it when I was typing. Let's see here. People are saying that this is coming from different places. Thank you for the updates, says Carlos. You are welcome. Steve, once again, thank you for keeping us up to date. We appreciate you, Gabrielle. Gabrielle, you're welcome. Sorry, Steve, that people need to know the truth. Trisha, I agree. Yes. Thank you for the update, says Lisa. You guys are very welcome. And again, like I said, as more information comes out on this, I'll let you know, because this is a big concern right now. This is all over the news, and all you got to do really is Google search diseasex, and you will see that about in the past month, this has been coming out, because the experts came out in the UK and they said, this is coming, and we're concerned, and we believe it's already here. And there's mutations that are rolling out that we are not sure if we're going to be able to contain them. Luckily, the one in India they contained, but they're saying what could be coming, they're not sure. And then this just coming out in the past week, experts saying we're not ready. We are not ready. Somebody's mentioning the elections. Yeah, we're coming up on an election year here as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And as I mentioned, check out my video with the articles. This one, I'm live, so I can't put it on the screen, but all the articles I'm referencing are linked in the description. In addition to that, Social Security updates coming out on the channel, Medicare updates coming out on the channel, and I'm keeping you guys up to speed on everything taking place. Also, yesterday there was attacks in the Middle East that took place, and there is a lot going on, you guys, right now. There's a ton. I'm going to do my best to keep you guys up to speed on everything, so you're in the know of what's happening. And I just appreciate you guys a ton. I'm going to make sure that you guys stay up to speed. Anything that I read, I'll communicate it here on the channel, so you know what's going on, you and your family. And if you appreciate that, like I said, smash the like button, share these out so we can get the word out as well. I can hop on and reach certain people, but when you guys share this out on your social media platforms, that's probably the biggest way to spread the word, to make sure that people are not caught off guard, and we can be on the lookout for one for another. But if you guys get a chance, again, if you haven't already, smash the like button. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a blessed Sunday. I'm going to be on the road this week doing some business stuff, but I'm still going to try my best to hop on, because this week is a big week for Social Security, the inflation data readings for CPIW for our economy, and what took place last month. That's going to determine the increases for Social Security COLA. So there's a lot. And also, we still don't have a Speaker of the House. There's infighting going on in Congress. We cannot pass any legislation at this time until they get that done. So a lot taking place this week. And of course, it's all going down while I'm out of town, but I will make sure I do my best to get you guys up to date. So again, thank you guys for joining me. Smash the like button, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. God bless. Be safe. This is Steve.